guys?
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you, man.
You gonna hop on the podcast?
Yeah, so I'm excited to. I'm super short on time, but I've been trying very actively. I drove up the first time last week, so I have a whole 2 minutes of experience. But I do remember, the puddles and all right.
Sitting right in this area. This is the whole site development for here. We're actually right here is where we're at right now. And then this is the whole site development right over here. No, this will be part of the here. The last one is one for lateral drainage.
When are you doing the recycling stuff?
Yeah, we're moving that over here. We're gonna try to get that should be part of it.
Okay.
Moving recycling stuff.
Oh, that's okay. Cool. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. We are back. Good afternoon and welcome to our Edith Solid Waste Facility. This has been the home of our solid waste operations for a long time. Actually, I'm not even sure. Was it somewhere else ever?
At least 50 years.
We'll say at least 50 years. And I mention that because it really has not changed. So, and as the guys know in either of the facilities, whether it's maintenance or where folks change and get ready in their break rooms and so forth. So we're happy to be back here to announce what is a 50 years in the making, a couple of big changes at the solid waste department. And so we are officially breaking ground today on their new administrative building and vehicle maintenance facility, and in general, just the new Edith facility out here for solid waste. And this is a major renovation, and again, it's the first real major renovation we've had. And it started back in 2015. The city agreed to a specific fee structure to help fund some capital projects. And just want to emphasize this is about the capital buildings budget, not about the operating budget. And so there are three pieces to this project, and we're here to announce really the start of two of them. And one of them is redesigning this whole facility. And the other one is adding a facility out on the west side. And that there's drawings and so forth that speak to that. But what it's going to do is it's going to take a third of the load on this facility, the drivers, the trucks, the maintenance, and it's going to put them out on the west side, which roughly matches the west side is about a third of our city. So essentially west side will have, if you are driving a truck on the west side, or if you live on the west side, you'll go to that west side facility. And so it's going to reduce the burden on this capacity by about a third. So that's going to really help us out and also save us money in terms of gasoline and environmental footprint and so forth. And so this is going to be, these are 60-year-old buildings that we're finally renovating. And so this is going to have a new maintenance building. It's also going to have a new place for the workers and the administration. And I think for the neighbors who've been heavily involved in this, it's going to have new landscaping on the outside. We're moving the recycling area, which is currently out there, over to this side, and it's going to be kind of behind some landscaping so that it won't be kind of the public eyesore that it is now. And so this really is going to be an asset for the neighborhood and the city going forward. And with more details on that, I'm going to hand it over to our COO, Lawrence Rael.
Thanks, Mayor. Let me begin by just congratulating our solid waste employees and the leadership here under Matthew Whalen, our Director of Solid Waste. They do a great job and have done a tremendous job during Corona in just continuing to help our city and continuing to pick up our if you will, our waste out in our community, et cetera, and have done it in a very safe way. And so it's really a credit to them and their professionalism and the department as a whole. Back in 2015, as the mayor indicated, the council approved a rate increase to do several things. One was to build facilities and to enhance the, if you will, the pickup and disposal of municipal waste in a more efficient manner. One of those was to include buying equipment. The other was to build a better maintenance facility here at this site, to include a new administration building and to do a landscaping. This project today really begins that in earnest, that process. Back a couple of months ago, the council approved a $45 million bond, if you will, issuance to get the necessary funds to build this facility here and to begin to do the work around the perimeter of the site, so that, as the mayor indicated, to make sure that the neighbors have and we've worked with our neighbors as well to make sure that we do the landscaping, et cetera, and we move the recycling program over to the back. But another big portion of this work is that we restructured the whole project when it was after the first inception, which was, if you'll recall, originally everything was coming to the site. A new facility on the west side now moves a third of the waste and goes directly to the landfill, with all the trucks operating out of that part of the city. That really means that as we move forward with our operation, we're becoming more and more efficient. So from a practical perspective, we have the rate increase that was passed in 2015 was not for operation, it was just all for capital. $4 million of that has been reserved for debt payments so that we can pay the bonds on a yearly basis. $6 million has been reserved for acquisition of property for a new transfer station that we're working on as we move forward. And then the rest of the funds will be available for building this facility and to build the additional facilities that we've talked about. So really, under the leadership of Mayor Keller, we really restructured the entire plan. And part of that was also just listening to the neighborhoods and listening to the concerns that they had. If you'll recall, one of the big issues that was a very controversial issue was basically a convenience center that was going to be located here with this facility. That convenience center is not part of this program. That convenience center is not part of the program at all in this site. But what it isn't part of the program is making sure that we're much more efficient about how we operate and how we move our municipal waste and get it to the landfill in a safe and efficient manner. And this is why this whole program has been restructured. So I'm really, it's really interesting. We talk a lot about projects, et cetera, in our community, and many of them serve our community as a whole. But look, we also have a real deep responsibility for the people that work for us. A new maintenance facility, a new facility for our employees here really helps continue to have a great morale for our employees, but also gives us an opportunity to give them better facilities to do their work. And so I'm really super proud of this department. They've done an awesome job. And this is really the first investment in hopefully giving them a better place to work, but also giving our citizens a great and efficient system that we are just making better every day. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the director of the municipal of the solid waste department, Mr. Matthew Whalen, to give you a little more details on the project. Matthew?
Thank you, Lawrence, and thank you, Mayor. First of all, of course, I'd like to say thank you to all of our employees who work here and who get up every day and continue to do their job and continue to make sure that we keep Albuquerque looking beautiful and that we continue to service all of the residents and all of our customers here in Albuquerque. But on that note, I just want to really say thank you for everybody who's supported this project. It's a long time overdue. As quoted before, this facility is over 60 years old, probably closer to 70 years old. And its initial design, the building that we currently use as a solid waste facility, was originally designed as a car dealership. So it was a car dealership way back in the 50s and 60s, and then we took it over and turned it into a solid waste management department. And if you know, solid waste vehicles are a lot different than your average everyday car or truck. So we've been making do with what we have, and a brand new maintenance facility not only helps us service our customers better, but it helps service our vehicles better. It's better for the maintenance of all of those, but it's also better for our employees to continue to work and to continue to be in a good environment. So as you can see, a lot of these buildings are very old behind me. These will be some of the first buildings that will be knocked down as we begin construction. But that being said, we are just really excited about this project to service over 180,000 residential customers and approximately 11,000 commercial customers. And we're also looking forward to the new recycle site that we'll have here, as well as the admin building. So again, I just want to thank everybody for this, and I just want to be brief because I think it's a long time overdue and we're ready to just move some dirt, so I'll turn it right back over to Mayor.
Awesome. Well, long overdue, I think, is an understatement. And good to know. It's a car dealership. There you go. Okay. Last thing I just want to mention is that, we are also, it's going to take many years, but we have started and are committed to transitioning our fleet to compressed natural gas. So all of the various construction that we're doing takes into consideration that natural gas refueling, CNG. And so that's another aspect of both modernizing and really being at the cutting edge when it comes to how you run an energy efficient and environmentally friendly solid waste department. So I think with that, we'll take a couple of questions, but we want to turn some dirt with the guys here. And any questions on this?
Yeah, just basically, is there going to be any extensions to employees or hiring more people for this facility?
Good question about is there going to be any hiring and so forth and expansion? And I got to tell you, in general, not at this time. We have a pretty high turnover rate in solid waste, and so we're always need new drivers. So we're still doing that. Of course, we do have a generic hiring freeze. We do make exceptions to that, actually, even for solid waste drivers. So just with Corona and everything right now, this will all be able to be handled with our current staffing load. But certainly, if we need to expand, now we're finally going to have the space.
Just finally, you probably already touched on this, but how long do you guys expect this to take and when's the goal for?
That's a good question. We expect completion in the on this project for the maintenance building in the fall of 2022. So this is a long project, and there's actually one of the challenges is how do we keep picking up your solid waste while working on the facility. So it's going to take a long time, but it's because we're doing it in phases so that we can move people to one area while this area is fixed and so forth. So that's going to take some time. The west side will be a little faster. We expect that, again, because it's a new facility. That should be mid-2021, so sometime the end of next summer. All right, thanks so much.
All right, everybody, nice job. Hey guys, come on up. Do you guys want to help?
Grab a shovel.
Grab a shovel, guys. I know you guys don't know what those look like.
Just longing for the days when you used to have to grab onto the side of the truck.
Yeah, there you go. We start headed by maintenance operation. I'll grab this other one. You grab that one? No, you grab that one. I'm just going to stand back here and watch you go. Go for it.
No, here, go.
We can share.
There you go. Yeah, Mr. Cortez.
Here we go.
All right. Mayor, you're going to lead us.
All right, 70 years in the making, we'll call it.
And we're social distance.
Yeah, so we'll do a little countdown here from 3 backwards. So 3, 2, 1.
One more time.
And do another one there. Try and look up a little bit at the cameras. 3, 2, 1.
We even know how to
Thanks
use
for
the shovel.
softening the dirt. God, I used to live in the Southeast Heights International District. Dirt was so hard up there.